right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our last class. I will record this now and then I'll upload it so you can watch this anytime between when it's uploaded and the end of the semester. Um, this class is one that I've always enjoyed. I think it's an important element of this class, and that is because it deals with ethics. As you're starting your study of business, I think it's vitally important that you start um, thinking about and preparing yourselves for the ethical issues and dilemmas that you'll face as as working professionals someday. Um, and in preparation for this class, we had you read uh, part A. So this is the uh, kind of the scenario of Haley, who sent that email to her professor saying that her parents or her father and brother were in an accident, when in fact this wasn't true. She changed one word. They were almost in a horrific accident, but they weren't. Um, the professor was kind and loving and gave her additional time to get that group project in. But this is something that bothered her, that she felt horrible about. And to be honest, this is a true story. So this is one of the story of one of the former TAs of this class. And obviously we're changing names and everything, but this is something that tormented her for many months after she sent this email and received the requested extension of time, and everything was okay. So let me kind of fill in what happened after what you read. 6 months went by. Haley continued to feel guilty for what she had done. And at the end of those 6 months, she decided to email her professor again. Let me kind of, here, I gotta scroll over here. All right, this is funny because it's not. All right, so I'm not going to scroll over technical issues here. But she did write an email to her professor telling him the truth about what had really happened, apologizing profusely, and accepting responsibility for what she had done. After she sent that email to the professor and before she received a response, she texted and met with all of the members of the group for that group project, told her what had happened, and apologized for the trust that she had lost with the group. The teacher ended up writing back, thanking Haley for her honesty, deducting some points, but allowing her to pass, and the group's grades, the grades, I should say, for the rest of the group were not affected. And like I said, the professor was understanding and worked with her and helped her out. And this is all important because after all this happened, Haley was in another class. Part of the requirement was to upload a video to YouTube, which she did, but she never hit publish. And she thought, and she had an excuse of how she could make up how something had happened to her. And at that point, she decided to tell the truth. And again, the professor, even though the syllabus had a strict no late policy clause in the syllabus, the professor worked with her and again was understanding and deducted some points, but accepted it. And this, I think, is key. Sometimes we think we're in life and death situations. You know, if I don't lie, then something horrible is going to happen to me. And I think that's one of the takeaways from this case study, is just understanding and realizing and remembering that oftentimes the worst case scenario that we conjure up in our mind about what's going to happen if we don't lie, those tend to not be true. we tend to work with other humans that understand, that are compassionate, and that want the best for us. That's why they're working with us. And that's certainly true with professors here, and most likely true with the people that you will work with after you graduate BYU Idaho and are working um, in corporate world or small business or wherever you are. People just tend to understand, and they're doing business with you in the first place because there's some element of trust. Now, you can lose that trust, and I've seen this countless times. And talking about ethics is always something that I feel is important. It's something that I've seen people lose their jobs. I've seen people lose their reputations. I've seen families crushed and injured, and all of that could have been avoided just by being honest. I think my rule of thumb, since I've seen this a lot, is this: if you're ever tempted to do something and you want to keep it secret, then there's and what I mean by that is you want to keep it secret from your direct supervisor or their supervisor. If you would be embarrassed if they found out what it was that you were doing, then don't do it. And many times we think, these ethics discussions, these are things that happen to other people. I'm going to go work for a business that's truly ethical and I'm never going to face this. I found that to be 100% untrue. And if you prepare now to think about what you'll do in certain situations and how you'll respond, then you'll be safe. You'll be protected every time. President Hinckley used to talk about this quite a bit. He said, if we could all walk around, let the light of noonday shine on every aspect of our lives. If we could do that, then we're going to be happy. We're doing something right. And I want to encourage you to do that as well. Again, if there's anything secret in your life, then that's a sign that it's probably something you need to get rid of. Be honest and make that decision now to be honest in all of your business dealings, in all of your personal relationships, and really follow the Holy Ghost. I know that oftentimes people try to separate their professional life from their spiritual life. And I've worked with LDS people that have said that. At work, they say something like, this isn't Sunday school, stop talking about that. And that's disappointing, because eternal truths and principles apply to all aspects of our lives. And if you remember that, and if you make the decision to be true and honest and virtuous and compassionate to others now, it'll be so much easier when the situation arrives to make the right decision. And so I just want to leave that thought with you. And again, thank you for this class that we've had together. I know it's been different and strange, but you've all been incredibly adaptive and able to kind of go with the flow on this. And for that, I thank you. Good luck, and always feel free to reach out to me with any questions or help with your resume, letters of recommendation, whatever it is that you need. I'm happy to help out with those things. So with that, I'll sign off and wish you the best over spring semester or whatever it is that you're doing for the summer.